Good morning. I have a read for us today. I just realized I'm starving. Don't forget to eat breakfast, people. It's like when I first start doing my readings, my collective reads in the morning, it is very solidly breakfast time, but I do multiple reads, right? And so then I'm always, if I don't eat breakfast beforehand, I'm like, oh, that's a poor life choice. Fun fact, breakfast can happen anytime. It means break fast. So it doesn't matter if you do intermittent fasting. Personally, I think that's what sleep is. Don't forget to eat breakfast. So this is going to be interesting. This is two energies. That one really calls out to me. Hold on just a second. She's like standing in her power, confident. Odin wants. Yeah, okay. So there's two energies. And one of them, and I think this is you, okay? I think this is just like, it's like confident, it's determined, like you are doing the thing, you are putting in the work, you are doing what you are supposed to do, okay? And so there's going to be this breakdown of like an energetic cord between you and another energy. And, or there is, it's like present tense, there is currently a breakdown between you and this other energy. They are kind of being arrogant and dominant. All of these are in reverse except for the Queen of Wands, by the way. So they're behaving kind of arrogant, kind of domineering is the word. So like they're trying to force a situation or force you to behave in a certain way or force you to do a certain thing. And then you are this Queen of Wands and you're like standing in your power and you're like playing it safe, okay? So you're like, okay, actually it seems like it's a safer alternative, it's a better idea to do this. So that's what I'm going to be concentrating on. That's what I'm going to be doing with my time. And it feels like this domineering, arrogant energy, like, cannot even handle that. That's a them problem. That is not a you problem. It isn't our job to make people comfortable. It's our job to, I mean, if you can make people comfortable, then absolutely do so, right? But if their approval, if having somebody's approval or somebody's or making somebody comfortable in some sort of a situation takes away from your ability to like provide for yourself, like a job, or feel, be happy, like, being in a relationship because somebody, they would be really unhappy if you broke up. Well, that's not a good reason to just stay in that relationship. You know what I mean? Like, we can't, it's not our job. Sometimes sometimes we just have to go, it is not my job to make sure that you are happy. This is the only person who's responsible for somebody else's happiness is yourself. And you're not going to force me to do a specific thing or act in a specific way in order to get what you want, because like I have to worry about myself too, because if we don't worry about ourselves, who's going to worry about us? Maybe somebody else, but not this person. On the floor, at the door. Oh, but it's doubles. Let's see. Oh my gosh, it's triples. Not taking it. Not taking it. Parent birds are feeding their babies. Intuitive emotions. You know what's good for you, but you also know what makes you happy. Like, you know what's good for you. You know what makes you happy. And that's why there's this breakdown. It's like, here's the thing. If we give to people with this type of energy, it's not, they're never going to be happy, right? It's never going to be enough. They can kind of mold you and direct you and try and make you do whatever it is that they want, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we're never going to get their approval. It just means that there's going to be something else that they're going to try and force the subject on. You know what I mean? Or the situation. High Priestess, stand in your power. Divine feminine energy. Now, no gender in tarot, right? So High Priestess, that can be a masculine or a feminine energy. But when we put ourselves in divine feminine energy, we call in things, right? Things come to us. We don't necessarily have to continue to switch or change or mold ourselves into something that's more palatable, something that other people are going to think is more acceptable. And the hard thing is it's just that energy that you're dealing with, it's like they're never happy. Action in reverse. Yeah, you don't have to do anything different than what you are currently doing. This is an energy this is a cord that's going to naturally break on its own. You're going to keep living your life, and then these energies are going to be like, they're not listening. They're not listening to me. And they're either going to blow up at you or not. Doesn't matter. But eventually they're going to be like, they know that they're not going to get what it is that they're looking to get from you, and they're just going to stop. Whew. I'm going to leave that here. I hope everybody has an amazing rest of your day. I hope everybody makes good choices, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.